So, the nationalism in India was a theme what we were discussing before also. So, how did the nationalism got into progress? So, when we talk about the nationalism in India, we discussed about the role of Mahatma Gandhiji arrival to India. From where did he come? He came from South Africa. If you understand the momentum of Mahatma Gandhiji carefully, it is very easy for us to understand the Indian national movement also. As I told you before, the classification of Indian national momentum has been classified into three major periods on the basis of the Congress party's rule. Congress party was intended to form the actual struggle for Indian independence. So, the base platform for Indian freedom momentum is Congress. So, the Congress had again three phases. The moderates, extremists and Gandhian era. So, the moderates, extremists and the Gandhian era reveal for us that there are three different phases in the Congress struggle to attain its independence. So, as we discussed already elaborately about this one, so we shall not focus on the basis and the foundation of the three phases of Congress. So, when we move on to the Indian nationalism, let us take the role of First World War. Khalifa movement and Gandhiji's Satyagraha. So, now the First World War has been started from 1914 to 1918. Prior to this, we also have the Congress party fighting for its independence, and before this one, way back in 1857 also, Indians have always tried to show their dissatisfaction towards the British rule by the first war of independence, that is in 1857. So, the process went on like this. So, with the outbreak of the World War I, Britishers need a strong army, and as you all know, where a group of nations together had fought the World War I, we need huge army to be deployed at various places. So, in this context, the Britishers used to force the villagers to join the army. The forced recruitments were being in progress during the First World War time. Forced recruitments. The word forced recruitments means there you don't have any choice. You are forced to do certain things by the colonial masters. So, the forced recruitments were being kept, and many villages were suffering with severe famine and droughts because of the lack of the proper agricultural plan, lack of rains, and these all movements also raised the anger towards the British rule. And during this time only, the Turkey, which was under the control of the Britishers, did not accept Khalifa, the religious head of the Muslims. So, Gandhiji's intention was to bring all the Hindus and Muslims together first of all, and then we can fight against the Britishers. If we are not fighting against the Britishers in a united manner, it is very difficult to defeat them. This was a basic ideology of Mahatma Gandhi in this regard. So, when Gandhiji first of all came to India in 1915, as soon as he came to India, he did not enter into politics. He made a tour all over India. He went to Bihar, to the Champaran, where he saw the struggles of the villages, peasants. Then he went to Ahmedabad. Then he went to various other places. And finally, in 1918, he was in the momentum to establish the fight against the Britishers. So, he joined with the movement of Khalifa movement, but before that, prior to this, he has observed the Rowlatt Act. The Rowlatt Act is considered as a cruel joke on the Indian democracy or on the Britishers' rule, because we can't call it as an Indian democracy because India did not get its independence by that time. Only for name's sake we have been given the representation in the elective councils or the election councils. So, the Britishers, even though the imperial houses or the provincial states rejected the laws, the Britishers in a hurry manner have brought a new law. According to this law, they can arrest anybody and put him in the prison for 2 years without any reason. So this kind of clear laws are being made to curb the national momentum which is getting raised up in India. So Gandhiji was completely fed up with the moves of the Britishers. On April 6th, Gandhiji showed his dissatisfaction. He wanted all the people to do the non-cooperation movement. Why he want the non-cooperation movement or the civil disobedience movement? Initially, he want the civil disobedience movement to be organized first. The civil disobedience movement is something where we can show our disobedience towards the Britishers by not going into the schools, not cooperating with them, giving back all the titles which are given for us by the Britishers. In the same way, most of the people who are in the government schools, which are run by the British government, left out them. Works, offices, everything they have left out. His intention was to show the anger in a peaceful way. Why Gandhiji preferred only a peaceful manner? His philosophy is peace and non-violence. He want to go with the weapon of satyagraha. Satya means truth, the power of the truth, the agraha, the strength to search. When you are fighting for truth, you need not be violent. The truth itself will be victorious always. So he want all the masses to understand this philosophy and fight in a peaceful manner, but be very passive towards violence and be very active towards truth. His intention is very clear because he already proved this one very successful in South Africa, where he fought against the racial discrimination. After these all have been passed, Gandhiji gave a call to the nation that we all need to be together and we all need to fight for this one. So finally on April 6th, Gandhiji was very much unhappy with the laws which were passed. So the days passed on. April 6th, many were picked up. April 7th, April 8th. On April 10th, many of the local leaders in Punjab were being picked up on this law, based on this law. So on April 13th, a huge gathering gathered in a peaceful assembly at the Jallianwala Bagh incident. So the newly charged taken by General Dyer, he took over the charge as in charge of the superintendent, and he want to terrorize the people and he want to make the people too afraid that there should not be any gathering gathered like this further. So he closed the doors and he ordered the police, his commanders, to shoot them, and many hundreds of people were injured and many hundreds of people were shot dead on that moment, which raised a severe anger for all the people in all corners of India. With this, in all villages, in all corners of India, the dissatisfaction has been moved on. The people started to attack the police stations, attack the post offices, destroy all the governmental properties, destroy the railway networks, and all these things initiated the process of anger of the people. So this Jallianwala Bagh incident has created a lot of terror in the different corners of India. Let us see in which villages what are the major reactions that happened.